All right, we'll go second from the top. Less than 2 weeks. How are you feeling?
Look, it's been an unbelievable preparation. So now that we are less than 2 weeks, I can't wait. I have left no stone unturned. I've been pinpoint with every bit of this preparation. Unbelievable sparring, game plans are to a T, and we are just so focused as a whole team, and obviously as myself, to be victorious again on June 5th.
What's your philosophy of fighting, George?
My philosophy of fighting is, for the love of the sport and the passion of fighting another person, a person who's trying to take everything off you, but knowing that victory will give me more and more. So I love fighting, it's my passion. If it was for free, if it was no belts on the line, whatever, another man wants to step up and fight me, that's a warrior. I love that. I love being in the midst of battle.
Once more, we've got the underdog story. To my surprise, to a lot of people's surprise, you're again not favoured as the champ. How does that making you feel?
Beautiful. I love that underdog status. I was hoping that they would have me as the underdog, and they do have me as the underdog again. So look, I'm still the top dog, so that's the most important thing. But the underdog status is brilliant, for me. And I know a lot of people are going to make a lot more money again.
That's it. And we know the story. It's been told. It's the most inspiring story. I think Channel 7 have called it. They've called it the most inspiring story of the year. A bullied kid goes on to be a world champ. In terms of bullying, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, look, it's an amazing story. To come from being overweight, being bullied, being told you're nothing, you never do nothing in your life, to proving everyone wrong, to getting to the top, to becoming a world champion is an amazing feeling, and it shows that with hard work, dedication, and really believing in something, you can achieve anything. I'm sure there's many young kids out there that are bullied. It's a serious problem in today's society, and just know that you can get yourself out of it as well, and you can be a champion of the world. You can be whatever you want to do in life. Don't let no one, tell you can't.
And it's interesting because you've got this very, you've spoke about it's a war mentality. You're prepared to die. Where does that come from?
That's my Spartan heritage, I believe, but believing in something that no matter what, how much you want something, you'll give everything you have. You'll put it all on the line, all or nothing. And, the Spartans will say, either with your shoot or on it. Now, for me, that's how I go to battle. I'm with my shooter on it. If he can take me out, so be it, but I'm there to take him out, and I will not leave no stone unturned. And if that means ultimately paying the price, that's the kind of fighter I am. I'm a warrior.
Well, what does it mean that having for you a Greek background?
Having a Greek background for me, it means the world. The heart of a Greek, the passion of a Greek. When we put our mind to something, it's you can't explain unless you are Greek. And obviously, a lot of our viewers are Greek, and for the non-Greeks, it's hard to explain. But the passion that we have, to achieve something in life, and we're just people that love to do well and support our own as well. We support our own. That's the most important thing. No matter what, we always get behind each other, and I feel that love and support for the biggest fight in Australian history. But being in Melbourne with the Greek population, I'm definitely feeling that love and support, and I know they will be there on June 5th.
I know for you, there's always been a huge love and appreciation for your Greek fans, your Greek support. Who's instilled that in you? Where does that come from?
It's my grandparents, being so proud of their heritage, and they came here with nothing, for a better life. But they always kept their values of Greek people, of the love of Greece, and, your heritage is so important. It's a make of a person. Everyone has a heritage somewhere. So I'm very proud to be Greek, very proud to be born here in Australia, and, raising both flags on the world stage, on the biggest stage of all, is a truly true honour, and very humbling, to be in this position.
Who was next to you and beside you, inspiring you, doing all these things? Because training is very hard. It's difficult if you don't have a support, psychological support. And who was like?
Look, this is a hard sport. This is no easy ride.
Yeah.
You have to be 100% dedicated, disciplined, and you have to be ready for whatever adversity comes your way. Now, I'm very mentally strong. I always know that I would be world champion, and no matter when it got tough, I'd be ready to go through it. Yeah. But of course, my father, is a big part of my career, and making sure that things are done right. And we always agree on the right choice. My wife as well and my 3 kids, they're my motivation, and they're the people I can talk to and to make sure that things are done right. And if you ever do have a slight thought of something not right, they're there for their support, their help. So it's an amazing feeling when you have that support as well behind you.
Yeah.
It's interesting, and it's a perfect segue. Earlier in the week, you put up a tweet where you listed a few of the things that you're fighting for. It's a long list, but you've got honor, family, countries, future, legacy, and immortality. I want to unpack immortality. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, people, I think, don't understand when I said immortality. Immortality means, we're all going to die, of course. That's a given. But do you die unknown? Do you die as just a person that lived their life but never really did what they want to do? I'm doing what I want in my life. I'm creating a legacy, I'm creating a greatness. So I know when one day I do pass away, people will walk past that tombstone and say, you know what, there's George Kambosos, champion. He fought the best. He was one of the greats of boxing. That's immortality, where no matter what century it is, people will know who he is. Same as Muhammad Ali and all these greats before us. They're immortals because we can talk about them any time of a moment.
Yes, George. And when I first we had the interview in 2017, I saw you have a spark, and then slowly you became what you are now. How difficult was to go through all this?
Yeah, look, it's always been a difficult ride. Boxing is this very hard ride, and there's been moments where it's make or break, moments where you're trying to make ends meet and make it work, but it's about staying focused, about believing in your dream and knowing that it's all gonna be for something, for that immortality, for that championship glory. And I knew no matter what, whatever came my way, that I was not just gonna die wondering. I wasn't just going to throw in the towel because it got tough. I pushed through it, and that toughness, that character building moments, built me to my moments in the ring. So I've always had that aura. I've always had that moment when, even as a young kid at 14, 15, I'm sparring, the whole gym stops, wants to watch. But times did get tough, but I kept pushing through it, knowing that my moment would come.
And just wrapping it all up, you've gone from, as a young kid, you were selling raffles for meat trays, you were washing cars to get money so you could afford economy flights overseas. How does it feel now to have the Victorian government behind you, Australia behind you, supporting, financing one of the biggest fights or sporting events in Australia's history?
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, to have the support of Australia, support of the Victorian government in Australia's biggest fight ever and one of the biggest events, sporting events. It's a great feeling. I know the tough times, I know the moments where I had to really dig deep and try to make ends meet, but knowing that they have supported this is incredible, and I'm very appreciative of them supporting this, because it means the world for me to come back home. It means so much after 5 years fighting on the road, to have this opportunity to fight back home. I'm very thankful and humbled by it, and I'm going to embrace it all on June 5th.
Well, I saw you as a champion that time, and you became an idol to all young people.
Yep.
Inspiring young people is very important, because you stay as you are, your personality, and you give your inspiration to them.
Yeah, look, I never change, no matter what. World champion or rising contender or amateur, no matter what, I keep the same focus and the same person I've always been. Now, being able to inspire the youth, being able to inspire young kids that might be bullied, young Greek kids, young Australian kids, is incredible. And I take that with everything I have to be a role model. I have 3 young kids of my own, so I have to be the right role model for them as well. It's extremely important, and I need to continue my winning ways and show them that no matter what, when you work hard at something, you can achieve it and you can do your best. The most important thing is doing your best, and that's what I always do.
And just very last question. The dream was to bring the belts home. You did that. You brought them home. You're doing it in Melbourne in a week's time, 10 days' time. After Melbourne, where's the dream fight? Where do you want to be?
Well, the next fight will be in Melbourne after that as well. But after that, we would like to bring some big fights, maybe to Sydney. And I would like to fight in Greece as well. I know they have promised me the old school Olympic stadium, the one that the first Olympics were ever taken place. That is definitely on the bucket list. And when I manifest and visualize these things, like I did in 2019, to be honest, if you go back on my social media, you can find that post of me standing in front of that amazing marble stadium made of marble. And I said it, I will defend my belts here one day. Like I said, I'll come back and win the belts and come back in a mega stadium fight here in Australia. I just visualize these things, I manifest them, and here they are. The dreams do come true when you stay focused and you really put everything into it.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, George. Good luck.
Thank you so much.